Hello, I'm Sam. Be Positive Sam is my channel, and I thought I'd come on here about getting back on track after Christmas because it's difficult. Even the best find it difficult to, snap out of all that, luxury items, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've got to eat salads. So, what we'd like to do is grab yourself a cup of tea, because I've got a cup of tea. Grab yourself a cup of tea, and I thought we'd have a chat about why we started the journey in the first place. So what motivates us to keep going, and how we're going to get to the goal at the end. It might be a little goal, it might be a massive goal, but I don't know what your goal is, but I know what mine is. And so let's have a chat. Right, first things first, it's New Year. Alright, okay, well, it's January the 13th, so I'm a little bit late for New Year. But have you seen my other videos, you'll know that I'm a little bit higgledy-piggledy. So, New Year's resolutions, are they very good? Do I do a New Year's resolution? No. Now, I used to, years and years ago, I used to be like, right, I am going to start eating 5 a day, or I am going to start doing my 10,000 steps. January the 1st comes and it didn't happen. January 2nd came and it's like, I can't be bothered. And so straight away, within them first couple of days, I felt like a failure. And I'm guessing 90% of people who make a New Year's resolution probably don't stick to it for 3 months. That's just me guessing. I haven't done any research on this, but that's what I'm guessing. So a lot of people are going to using words, which is great. So some people have got relax, or I don't know, whatever, communication. They might want to communicate more with their families, something that they feel that they want to do. Now, again, I always feel that this could perhaps change within the first 3 months. So I don't tend to go with words, but if that works for you, then that's fantastic, because this is for whatever suits us individually. So some people can do New Year's resolution and think, I want to do this, and they will stick to it. Some people say a word, so we'll say relax. They want to do more relaxation because they might have a really high powered stressful job. That's great as well. Me, I use positive. Clearly, this is in the title, Be Positive Sam. But not as a word. I use it as a feeling. And the reason why I use that is it all started from when I was really quite overweight. I was 18.5 stone. I was at the local social club, different one, and a friend of mine who is one of those people, he's like Marmite. You either like him or you don't, and you've got to know how to take him. And he speaks, there's no grey, it's either black, white, no grey. And this one particular day, evening it actually, we was playing darts. Now, I'm not a dart player for one moment. Please don't think I'm, Lisa Ashton or whatever her name is. And I was throwing darts. And it didn't matter what I did. I could not hit 20. It was going to the 1, it was going to the 5. Anyway. And I was like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do this. And, oh, this is stupid. And, oh, I don't like this game. Although I do like the game, I can't. I might as well go for, 16, and so I can hit it. Everything I was saying was quite negative, but I didn't realise how negative I was being. So he was marking the board, and he turned round and he went, will you shut up? Stop being so negative. I was like, "What? How dare you speak to me like that?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not being negative. I can't play darts." And he was like, "You can. Everyone can throw darts. Anyone, but you don't have to keep going on about how you can't do something." He said, "Start saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." He said, "And that way," he said, "it'll make you better." He said, "And I haven't got to keep listening to you, keep going, I can't do this, I can't do this." Well, I sat down with the hump. As you can imagine, I had the proper I want to go home. And my husband was standing next to me, and I thought, well, you haven't even stood up for me. How dare you? So in the car, we were like giving it like, whoa. And I said to him, "Why didn't you stand up for me? Why? How are you letting him speak to me like that?" And he said, "Well, in fairness," he said, "you were being pretty over the top negative." So again, I sat in the car with the like we do. I was like, nobody sticks up for me, this, that, and the other. Anyway, that night I went to bed. And it was that moment that I decided that I had to think about what I was doing and what I was saying to become a more positive person, which is then when my account created Be Positive Sam was because of this argument of being negative. And as much as I hated him, and believe me, I did hate him, it was him that started my weight loss journey. And because he stood up to me and he said, "You have got to stop." And so that is why I started this positive attitude. And I still, and if I still to this day, if there's something I can't do, I'll go, "I've never done that before, but I'll give it a try." So I don't go, "Well, I can't do that." Like, I don't really fancy it, but I'll give it a go. And that's how I changed my my mindset. So when I say these New Year's resolutions, mine is the same every year. And I know it's boring, but mine is to feel positive, because I feel that if you've got a positive mind, the cogs will then, once one good thing starts happening and something else, and then, but don't get me wrong, we all have bad luck. We all have bad luck and bad things happen. But out of the ashes, as it were, they do rise and good things happen. So that's my belief in New Year's resolutions and words or feelings or whatever. So that's mine. I do feelings, some do words, some do actions. I hope that makes sense, because it's I can waffle on a little bit. If you've been following my channel, and I am so grateful for those who do and comment, if you're new, please hit the thumbs up or notifications down below, because it really does help my channel to grow. And if you feel like sharing bits or whatever, please, share away. You can find me on Instagram and you can find me on Facebook. Be Positive Sam is the title, and it should all have the same. I've got a blue t-shirt on, and it should all have the same profile picture. So what motivates us? Well, this is a difficult one, because I get motivated by silly things like flashes of inspiration and whatnot. So some people will pick up the Slimming World magazine, for example, and look for the pages of people that have lost weight, the members, and get real inspiration from them. Now, I don't know about you, but I go to flick through the ones that I think, oh, you look about my age, oh, you're about my weight, and you know, and then I'll read them. But I don't tend to, if they're a bit young, I tend to think, oh, you know, I won't read that because that's far too young for me. But you know, we'll find motivation in different ways. So, like I say, I carry on with this feeling, and I can feel myself getting down. You know, I've suffered with depression, and things like that. So I do know you get this like cloak coming over you, and all you want to do is hide away. But I try to keep the cloak back. I do try, and believe me, I know it's hard. You know it's hard. I know it's hard. But I have been through depression quite a few times. So, motivation. So anyway, so I'm sitting there around my mum's the other day because I left hubby for an hour or so, and I was watching This Morning. I don't watch daytime telly. The telly doesn't usually. It has these last couple of weeks because hubby has been at home. But I do not watch daytime telly, and I do not watch soaps. I used to be addicted to soaps and daytime telly, but I found that I was just sitting there. I was sitting there. And they're very, very good because you're like, oh, I'll get up and do the washing up in a minute, and then they go, coming on next is, and you think, oh, hold on a minute, I'd quite like to watch that, and then you end up not doing anything because the TV's gone. Hey, coming up next. So, but that's what it's designed for. So I don't turn my telly on in the daytime at all, and but my mum does. So I was around there the other day, went to see her, see if she's okay, because she's been poorly. And I was sitting there with a cup of tea. And we was talking about, you know, things like how I was focused before Christmas. And it's only been 2 weeks, and this little bit of routine has knocked me for 6. And because I am a person that likes routine. And I was just saying, I don't know how to get. I'm beginning to feel like I'm losing the plot, and I don't want to because I've still got 2 stone to go, and I really want to get there for the summer. So and she wants to lose some weight as well. So then I'm watching, and so as I'm chatting to her, the TV's playing, and this woman has come on the telly. And she had quite nice hair. She had like a leather jacket on and some green trousers. And you know, when you sort of stop talking to somebody, and I sort of looked at the telly and I was like, oh my God, she looks lovely. I said, who is that? Because I'm not a celebrity follower or things like that. So Mum said, oh, that's the lady from Coronation Street. Then I could remember years ago, this lady, I can't even think what her name, Sue Cleaver, I think her name is, and she was sitting on the settee talking to Holly and Phil, and she looked absolutely beautiful as far as I was concerned. And I thought, I want to be able to sit and wear a jacket and a pair of trousers like that. I thought I quite like that outfit. She looked smart, she looked lovely, her hair looked quite nice. But I can remember her being in Coronation Street, like quite big and overweight with curly hair. And for that moment, I was like, all of a sudden, this ping went. I can't explain it. So I got this splash, if you like, or flash of inspiration and motivation. It was just around my mum's, sitting having a cup of tea. This person's come on the telly. Now I know they wear, everything's put on for them and the makeup's done. And I thought, she's about 10 years older than me. And I thought, she actually doesn't look 10 years. Well, I didn't think she looked 10 years older than me. And I just couldn't believe how different she looked. Couldn't believe it. And I thought, well, if you can do it. I know she went to the jungle pasta. I know that much. I'm not going on beans and rice, and I'm not eating no cockroaches either. But I thought, with a bit of willpower and a bit of hard work, I can get into a nice jacket, because it kind of reminded me of my brown jacket that I bought. That I still fit into it. So I'm quite looking forward to, I thought, right, I'm now thinking of things I can wear with this jacket as the spring's coming along. So that is my motivation. So, it is, sometimes you just come across things just randomly, and it's like, whoa, hold on a second. She wasn't, I'm not saying she was like beautiful, but to me, I thought she just looked great at that particular time. And I even went to find her, because I didn't even know her name. I went to find her on Instagram just to have a look so I could show my daughter this outfit. And I was like, she's helped me lose weight. Because from that second on, it was like, right, come on, back on it, Samantha. Back on it, you can do it. So I was like, I've got to get there. So I don't know what motivates you. I'd like you to let me know what motivates you. But I don't know. It's just a thing in their head. That's, and if it starts, the dial starts turning, to stop the motivation, it's very, very, very hard. I know it is, to get it back. I know it is, because I was going down the same road, and then all of a sudden, I say, I'm around my mum's moaning, oh, I can't lose weight. And then my mum actually said to me, well, have you actually been trying to lose weight, or have you been playing at it these last couple of weeks? So I was like, oh, okay, Mum. I've been playing at it a little bit. So I was only half-heartedly doing it. So why was I expecting to lose 5 pounds? I still ate a whole packet of biscuits, So, how am I going to get to this goal? Now, I want to lose about 2 stone, roughly. Now, I've took my 2 stone down because I don't feel I should have it. Because I've got to lose 2 pounds before I get to that certificate again. So I've taken it back out, and then when I lose 2 pounds next week, or hopefully more, I can put it back in there, because I don't feel, how can I put it up there when I haven't really achieved it? Excuse me, I did achieve it, and then Christmas came and I didn't, which then gets me to my weigh-in. Now, I did go to group yesterday, which was the 12th, and I don't know if you can remember, but the last time I went to group was on the 29th. I don't know if you can remember. I remember my mess up of a book, and I put on 5 pounds. Then last week I weighed at home, so my scales don't count, and I lost 2.5 pounds according to my scales. But at the end of the day, there's only one set of scales that count, and they're the ones in the group. And so I can't really count this week, so I can only count this week now. So they're saying I've lost 1.5 pounds from the 29th. So theoretically, I've put on 1 pound since last week. So I'm back on my scales. Did that just super confuse you? Because I know it did my husband when I was telling him. He was like, Samantha, you lost me. You lost me. Basically, I put on 5 pounds at Christmas. Last week on my scales I weighed, and I lost 2.5 pounds, and on her scales I've put on 1 pound from my scales, but overall lost 1.5 pounds. So it's a loss. Loss is a loss, even though it's gain. I know what I mean. Oh my god. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here to achieve my goal? Right. So I've confused myself now. Oh, God. Right. So what am I going to do about it? How am I going to achieve my goal? Well, I think as you know, I am a stickler for routine. I can now go back shopping on a Friday. Hubby can walk around the shop. He holds onto the trolley as part of the Zimmer frame. So, but my God, I forgot how, because he usually picks up the shopping bags. Oh my God, they're so flipping heavy. Yeah, I'm very good at overfilling the bags and then going, oh, I can't get off the blooming trolley. So I've got my routine back. So back shopping on a Friday. I go shopping on a Friday and slimming on a Thursday. And I plan my meals on the Thursday. So I go slimming to the club and then come home in the afternoon. Yesterday afternoon, I spent looking through some really old magazines, and because I don't know about you, but we end up doing the same food, and I was trying to get something a bit different. Do you know what I mean? So I planned my meals. I've planned some lunches, which is quite new for me. So just now I done some wedges and some salad, rather than me picking up food that I shouldn't eat. I have actually just had lunch. So and then tonight I'm going to make chicken nuggets, and well, you'll see my menu board. It is for the whole family. So for example, it'll be fish and chips. Well, mine will be, my fish is the Slimming World salmon and chili, for example. Theirs is the battered cod. So that's my menus for the evenings. I don't write my meals down on a blackboard for lunches. I just got those written in my book. So I'm going to make some write up for lunches and things like that. And then hopefully, you know, by writing it down like I did in the beginning, write it down, and with this, what can I wear in the spring, that I'm trying to think of, because I haven't booked any holidays and I haven't got anything booked up for the spring. So I'm trying to create something that I can think, right, I'm going to go there and wear such and such. So I don't know what it is yet, so I can't tell you what it is because I don't know. Hopefully, you know, you get some inspiration, motivation, or feel better for this video. I will get to where I want to go. I will. I've again, as I say, I was losing the plot, and I've refocused again before it got too late. So hopefully you found inspiration, and give us a comment. Hopefully you give us a thumbs up, and I will catch up with you. I hope your tea's got, mine's, I've been waffling on, mine's got a bit cold, but never mind. What was it? Oh yeah, somebody said, do you want to do knit and natter? I said, I'm no good at knitting, but I'm good at nattering. So, and on that note, please, don't forget, please subscribe. And I'm going to love and leave you. I'll see you later.